Welcome back to Beyond a Diamond podcast. I'm Josh. That's Dez. We are live. Brian will be back whenever.
He went for milk. He said he was gonna be right back.
Yeah. He went for milk and
He
cigarettes.
went for milk and cigarettes. He'll be back.
So he'll be back.
He'll be back. He said he'll be back for Christmas. But yeah, all quiet on the AL Western front. That's a great title we have today.
I'm really proud of my thumbnail.
You put that together pretty fucking quick.
What's up, Owie Bowie?
What's up, IG? We're getting loaded up on everything. But yeah, pretty quiet coming out of the GM meetings. Housekeeping notes to start. Jose Altuve, Jordan Alvarez, Framber Valdez named the All MLB second team last night.
Oh, I didn't.
The All MLB honors.
Altuve with the Silver Slugger.
Jose Altuve with his seventh, I believe, a Silver
Tied
Slugger.
for most active, right?
Tied most all time, I think, at second base.
Oh, for second base.
Yeah, I think him and Sandberg.
Yeah.
Just stat padding his. Oh, they can't hear. They can't hear at all. It's been a cursed op. Hold on. Just 1 minute. This is the most cursed op of all time. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. We can hear now? Just. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, yeah, housekeeping notes. You can hear over on YouTube. Sweet. On IG, we're rolling now. We're good. Okay, let's just start from the top. Jose Altuve, Jordan Alvarez, Framber Valdez named All MLB second team. And Jose Altuve, his seventh Silver Slugger.
Who won Silver Slugger for DH?
They give it to Rooker, I think.
Oh, that's valid.
Jordan crushed him in like every.
Oh, did he?
Every like nerd stat.
Oh,
Jordan crushed him.
Well, yeah.
But
Rooker probably ended up with more home runs.
Whoever voted was probably like 85 years old and was like, "Oh, RBIs, batting average." That's where Brian is. Brian went to go vote for the all MLB teams.
Do you think we'll get Bregman back? That's the question of the offseason. We've been talking about it every episode for a while now.
Yeah. That's going to be leading the conversation for the next few weeks, I think. I don't think anything. I don't know anything. But it feels like he's an Astro.
I feel like you're going to find out and not tell me.
I'm not telling anyone. I'm gonna actually, the meme where the guy's just like holding it in. That's just gonna be me.
Yeah, you're gonna be the meme at the party in the corner.
Yeah,
like they don't know that I know that Bregman signed with the Astros. But
it's like everyone knows, dude.
Yeah, everybody.
Well, everyone's here. I'll just, if you weren't here at the very beginning of Apollo, the one time I literally fumbled breaking news was the Brantley signing.
Yes.
Yeah. I legitimately fumbled that, like in real life. I got a call. I was on 45 and Cypresswood, and I exited I went like across 4 lanes because the person was calling me was like, "I gotta take this call." And this is when Brantley signed with the Blue Jays for about 25 seconds or whatever it was. And the gap between the no man's land of your seat and your car, phone right through there. Didn't have CarPlay going. Phone's in there. I'm just like, oh my god, I just swerved into the Best Buy and kept calling that person back 2 or 3 or 4 times. Nothing. 30 seconds later, the Brantley news to Houston kind of breaks, and the person texts you back and goes, "You fucked up. That was supposed to be you."
Damn.
And
shot.
That person actually hasn't called since. They haven't gave me that back.
Brian
so
doesn't believe you.
Oh, what's up, Brian? Did you go get milk? Are you coming back anytime soon?
Yeah, you said you're going.
You said you were gonna go get milk
and
cigarettes, and you haven't came back yet.
Who was the person? Like you're gonna?
Oh yeah,
just say it.
It was Brian Lalima from Sports Talk 790. Say, hey Alexa, play Sports Talk 790.
Thoughts on Breggy saying he'll play second?
I think that's
just
I think that's just code. That's just good agent speak.
Yeah.
I think I think earlier last year they actually reported that.
It's just one of those things you say,
Yeah.
but like nobody's gonna get a Gold Glove third baseman to play second base on their team.
Yeah. They don't sell alcohol in Pensacola. Oh man. I mean, it feels like Alex Bregman is an Astro until it's not.
Has your percentage gone up or down since last week?
We should have like a meter.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
I'm at 51%.
think
I
that's
feel
pretty
like every
realistic.
day that goes by, it's better for the Astros.
You think so?
I mean, if the market,
That's true.
Okay.
If some other team was going to offer him a ridiculous contract, wouldn't they have already done that?
yes, I
Or
mean,
would
I
they
think
wait?
Soto. I think
Yeah.
teams are allocating all this money to Soto. I think Boris is sitting obviously down with Soto and taking these meetings. Like Alex Bregman is one of the greatest third basemen of all time, but I guess the agent will say like, yeah, they're all equal in my eyes, but everyone's at the feeding trough for Juan Soto right now.
Yeah, I guess once that news drops, like if the Mets miss out on Soto, do they go after Bregman, play second,
I
or move Vientos
I teased it.
to
I
second?
teased it last week with the fact that the market is gonna be drunk if Cohen wants it to be. Like he has so much capital to just carpet bomb the entire market and get whoever he wants.
Yeah.
Obviously, he only can allocate 25 spots on the roster, so like whatever. But if he gets outbid, or say the Yankees actually underbid him,
Yeah.
and does he save face by just go getting Bregman, Alonso? I mean, Snell. He gets all the big names. Like,
I mean, an infield of Alonso, Bregman, Lindor, and Vientos is
nasty.
quite strong.
But Vince is a third, so I guess you would move.
That's what I'm saying.
And
You
McNeil?
probably, I would. I mean,
Jeff
you move
McNeil
the
still
young
there?
kid to second, I believe. You move
He's too
Vientos.
big. He's like 6'5".
Is he? Jesus.
Jeff McNeil, is he still under contract?
Oh,
Remember-
I forgot about Jeff.
Remember when
trade him.
Team USA started Jeff McNeil
Oh
over
my God, he
Kyle
kept
Tucker
fucking striking
in
out.
the World Baseball Classic?
I was so mad.
Jeff McNeil had a 97 OPS plus last year, 692. Woof. I will not do it.
What, 692 was his OPS?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Vientos Mets. Mark Vientos stands 6'4". It's a big second baseman.
That is a
dog.
big second
That's a
baseman,
big
yeah.
second. Yeah.
I mean, I
Go
guess
play
if
first. I think he's
moving-
your next first baseman.
Oh,
To be
you think
honest.
Vientos moves to first?
I would move him. I mean, eventually.
Sasaki to Houston. I fucking wish, dude. I wish.
Yeah, it feels like Sasaki's just a Dodger, and he's being posted early, so they only got to allocate like $3 million of their allocation of their, what's the term for the funds for?
The international.
Yeah, your international pool
so
money.
That's what I was wondering about. So, because the Dodgers are at the bottom on that.
He's gonna be. I mean, he's gonna be a Dodger. They're gonna. I mean, he's
That's the
gonna
only
be a
thing that makes
Dodger.
me think he won't be a Dodger because the Astros have more international pool
Yeah,
space, money, whatever the fuck. it
Sasaki's
is
not gonna be Houston
to
Astro.
spend. I know, but I just mean there's other teams above. The
I'll get his
Dodgers on
face tattooed on me if he becomes an Astro.
that. I mean, you just said that on a live podcast, so
I mean, no one watches, dude, so no, it's not gonna be clipped. But
yeah, nobody's gonna clip that. And
no.
when he signs, we're just gonna hound you until you do it.
I'm gonna get the smallest tattoo, just like a dot. And be like, it's
Yeah. It's his face.
artist subjective.
Yeah.
Artist subjective. He's a Dodger. He's gonna be a Dodger. I mean, at worst, a Mariner.
I was gonna say Mariners.
At worst, a Mariner.
It feels just like their MO to just have 7 ace starting pitchers and then nobody above a 700 OPS in the offense. It's kind of what they do.
Maybe your 2025 Houston Astros. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I think the Soto stuff. Do you think he makes a decision before Thanksgiving? What's today? Today's the 15th.
I don't think so. Maybe before Christmas.
Oh, before. I mean, I think this.
I think
this
Soto's
is
determined before Christmas, and the Bregman is determined after Christmas.
dude, way to jump on a ledge right there, dude. Torn like 50 days out. I think Soto will decide before New Year's Eve.
I mean, knowing Scott Boras, it might take till April.
I think Soto's done before like the end of the first week of December.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You say Christmas.
I'm just saying before Christmas. I'm saying
It's like saying
first
I
week of
think
December is
I think
before
Soto
Christmas.
will sign before spring training.
All right, dude.
I have it actually on breaking news. Alex Bregman signs with the team before spring training. I hope so. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know after last year.
I mean, if he doesn't though, for real, does Scott Boras just like lose all his
Lose
clients?
everyone?
Yeah. I would leave. Who thinks you say is staying? I think he is.
Say it again.
You say.
I want you say. I don't. What's his market? What is his? He's projected what?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
In the 40 million range, probably over like 2-3 years.
Yeah, I would say probably around 13 to 16 a year for his contract.
I mean, I would give him 40 million
For
2 years, 2-3 years.
Well, 2 or 3 is an important distinction. I'd say I'd do 3 for 45. Somewhere around that.
Let's look. MLB free agency rumors.
So, but do you think so if the Astros re-sign Bregman, is that the only move they do?
No.
Free agent wise?
No. I don't think so.
I think if they re-sign Bregman, that's it. They're like, we're up against our luxury tax. Probably over
you think
the
they
luxury tax.
You just run it back?
I think you
Minus,
basically have to. You mean, and then just hope that DeZenzo is something. Hope that all these
Hopefully
young guys can contribute.
Jake and
you just chalk last year up to being bad luck with the bullpen and bad luck with runners in scoring position.
What's the saying where you have hope in one hand and shit in the other, see what fills up faster?
Is that
I'm
the
pretty
saying?
sure there's a saying like that.
Shit in your hand.
We'll see what fills up faster, or cup, whatever.
One
There's a
shit
saying.
in your hand is worth 2 in a bush, or something like that.
Something like that. I don't know.
Oh wow, Andy coming in hot with good riddance to Justin. That's a Hall of Famer. That's a Hall of Famer right there.
I don't see, unless Crane's like, hey, I want Verlander again, which he might.
The fact that they even talked about, I was fully expecting that team verbiage to be something like, he was a great Astro. We wish him luck in the future. But the fact that Dan Brown came out and was straight up like, we're in conversations. I'm like, ooh, I don't like that. Unless Justin's taking a big discount.
I mean, what's the lowest amount of money you would give Justin Verlander pitch for the 2025 Houston Astros?
Well, what's the highest I would give him would be like $10 million.
Wow.
But the lowest he would accept, I don't think is 10. I think the lowest he would accept is like 15.
10 milli for JV.
I mean, it's gonna be over 10. There's no way Justin Verlander signing a contract for single digits.
Oh man, I just want to say thank you, Justin, for everything you did, and
$10. I think Chaz will bounce back. We watched last week. We watched Dana Brown's comments on a lot of stuff, and he seems very optimistic that Chaz bounces back. He was talking about Chaz's numbers, and
I think he was hurt.
We keep saying we think he was hurt.
We'll text and see if we get him on the pod.
Tweaked back or something.
I think he was hurt.
To us?
I think if I what Eagles win last night? Eagles won.
Yeah. Good mood.
I'll give him a good mood. Be like, hey, were you?
A little
no
lower
one
back
knows. Yeah, were you banged up a little last year? I don't know.
I would say that if I was him, I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, I was feeling that. Watch this year.
Help me help you. Okay. I mean, like, it feels like if you run it back, say you just get Breggs, and you run it back, you're still the favorite in the AL West.
I think so.
You're probably still in the top echelon of top tier American League teams, but you're still dangerously thin again. Like your depth is now starters.
Yeah.
Like you're just dangerously thin, and you just got to pray that like.
But you always say about baseball, it's like once you get to the dance, anything can happen.
Yeah.
And we saw we've seen the flip side of anything can happen. There's no reason the 2021 Astros should have been in the World Series at all. We saw that angle of it, and then we saw this year where they got swept by the Tigers.
Yeah.
Almost anything can happen, and when you have a team that is heavy on pitching and the hitting is spotty, that's when you just maybe Crane runs it back, and it's just like, let's hope that this year when we lead the league in getting runners on base, we actually get them to score instead of leaving them on second and third. That's a lot of a luck thing.
It was interesting the words that Brown used. I think it was with Chandler about when the news that he was bringing back they were bringing back everyone but Pettis, and they asked about the hitting coaches, and Dana was just strictly like, hey, those guys don't hit, and that's kind of where I'm at too. Like, I mean, those coaches aren't hitting. Like, it's
individually, a lot of players had good seasons. The issue was you get a runner on second with no outs, and you can't get them over and get them in. That was the biggest issue.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, that could be a hitting coach philosophy thing, or that could just be a luck thing. Maybe it was Gary Pettis, not I don't know. They seem to
don't be mean.
They seem to throw him under the bus a little bit.
Okay,
what are the odds we get Alonso?
Dana Brown said Joe Espada, other members of the front office met with hitting coaches Snicker and Cintron after the season. The message was to get the lineup more patient. Quote, I don't know if we should be in the business of blaming coaches for a lack of production, particularly when these same players have had success with these same hitting coaches, end quote. I mean, he's 100% right.
Yeah, I would agree. There was a shift between 2022, 2023, and last year in patience. I mean, we ran over the numbers, I think, on pitches per at bat and walk to strikeout ratio, all that stuff. I mean, even Alex Bregman as an indicator, I think he had his like second lowest walks of his career, something like that.
Well, I think
Rodon's walk numbers were low. Tucker's walk numbers were lower than average.
When you do a postmortem of this 24 team, and this is in Chandler's article on the Athletic, no lineup in baseball saw fewer pitches per plate appearance than Houston's. Only one team had a higher chase rate, and two swung more frequently. I would, if I'm a betting man, I would say of those teams that are actually higher than the Astros in those three categories probably weren't a playoff team.
Yeah. I mean that's even if you get back to median, you get back to average in the league on those categories, and that can make a difference in 5-6 games. That can make it a 95-win team right there.
I have a question, just a hypothetical. Okay. So we've been on the show. We've said Dana's talks, pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah.
What Dana says is kind of whatever's on Dana's mind. He's not playing any.
He's not playing 40 chess out there.
Did he give up all leverage to Scott Boras? And this was in Chandler's article. Great section. Losing leverage ? He couldn't articulate or even comprehend a contingency plan. This is Chandler's words, not mine. If Bregman signs elsewhere. Obviously, it's Alex Bregman only at third base. There's not anything in the system that could.
That's his quote.
Replace. No, this is me talking now.
Yeah. But yeah,
did you just give Scott Boras
implying that we're desperate to get Bregman. If we don't, there's no other options. Yeah, that's not the greatest.
Doesn't feel like a good negotiation.
But
it's the Michael Scott approach. It's like we reject your first offer.
Yeah, it is one of those things where it's like everybody already knows that. It's not like him saying it changes anything. Like Scott already knows that. He knows. If I know it, Scott Boras knows it. Like if the average Astros fan knows that the Astros don't have a real contingency plan for after Bregman, then Scott knows it. So it's not like he's revealing anything. So I don't know how much of a difference it would have made, but it would, I guess, been better as the GM where he's like, oh, I have a secret trick up my sleeve for a third baseman. but I kind of admired it. He's kind of a Chad out there. You know, he's a smart Chad. He's out there. He's just saying, "Yeah, we want to sign him. We kind of need him."
I don't know. It was just interesting.
Yeah, no, I see. Yeah, definitely.
Also, like, what if the market is only saying to Scott Boras that, hey, we're only going to give Alex Bregman 4 years, and I feel like we'll hear that on our end. And if the Astros come in with like a 6-year deal or something, like just like I want the Astros to make a deal with a franchise icon and with someone that needs to be here because there's so much value that he brings to this team that shown that helps in the win column. The thing is also you don't want to like if the market is saying, hey, 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, Detroit says 4 years, Philly say 4 years.
I just don't think that would be.
But and then if Brown and co say, hey, 4 years, is that a slap to the face?
Yeah.
Like I feel like you need to at least you have to not go over the top, but you have to just be respectful in this fact that because if you match the market, I'd be like, fuck that, I'm out of here.
A hometown discount.
No, there's no hometown discount.
Yeah, there's no. That's what I'm saying. Like they should be being as aggressive as other teams trying to sign him.
And I don't think they are, or have been.
I think to your point, I don't think 4 years is any sort of limit. I would be extremely surprised if the Astros were the team to offer him the longest years, just because that's completely against their MO. Usually, it's other teams offering more years, and the Astros working at him more like a AAV or something.
Also, is it also
he's going to get offered some contract with 8 years on it?
Okay, what if XYZ team offers 4 years? Is that an indicator of like the market thinks he's going to re-sign with the Astros?
I guess so.
Hey, Detroit. Hey, Cubs. Hey, Philly fans. We sent an offer. Just he went back to something like.
Yeah.
Is it now gamemanship on the other side?
I think some team's going to offer him 8 years. He's 30.
What is
he, 31?
He'll be 31. You think an 8-year deal?
I think so. I think that's the top. Like some team like the Mets or somebody's going to offer him an 8-year, $220 million deal, something like that.
Wow.
That's the thing I'm worried about. And I can see the Astros going up to a max 7-year.
Wow.
I mean, what do they have Altuve through right now? To his 40, age 40, or 39.
Got it.
So I could see them wrapping up Bregman for.
You have Jose
the same age as Altuve is going to be.
You have Jose Altuve through 2029.
So he would be. He's 34 right now, so he'll be 39.
Jose's gonna make 32.5 next year. Let me hold a stack.
Hey Jose,
I'm gonna text him. Let me hold a stack. Y'all think the Astros would have beaten this year's Dodgers team? No, absolutely not. I think if the Dodgers and Astros played,
I think they would have put up a better fight than the Yankees.
That's fair. I think if you took this Astros team where they were in October and bad Dodgers team, if you played a 7-game series 10 times, Astros maybe win 20%.
Yeah, I think it could have gone 7.
No way. I think when you zoom out
on our pitching,
I think when you zoom out, there were so many holes in this lineup. Of your 4 superstars, 2 were hurt. Of the other 2, 1 showed up. And you just had too many holes in the lineup. And my fear for 2025 is pride and egos and to say, hey, let's run it back with minimal improvements and hopefully the variant side comes back. So
I think that's where they're going with it. Do we care that Reggie Jackson is now off the Astros?
Talking about pride and ego, Reggie Jackson leaves the organization. Reggie,
no disrespect to Reggie, but
it's a good. It's gotta be one. It's one less kitchen or one less chef in the kitchen.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing towards the issue we had and we talked about a lot last year. Was Reggie Jackson and Jeff Bagwell kind of in there strong arming Dana Brown in the conversations in the dungeon. But I don't think it makes a difference.
I don't know, Chip. I don't know.
What? You heard some things?
No, I just don't. I mean, everything I've heard about Reggie's, I mean, on the baseball level is just like you get to talk to one of the greatest hitters of all time, and
yeah.
And also like I know we sometimes punch down to these Hall of Famers, but anytime they're on the backfields dressed out, I'm like, oh, you actually still love the game. Like,
No,
you know what I mean? Like, there's that level to it.
I love his impact with the players.
I don't know. It's interesting.
I just wasn't a fan of him being a part of GM decisions. That's not really what he's supposed to be doing.
Insanity.
What's y'all's perfect offseason? Okay, I like that.
Perfect offseason. You say Kikuchi 2-year deal. Alex Bregman 5-year deal with a option out of year 3 for him. Just be like, hey, thank you.
I think that's the only way it gets done. Something clever like that.
I would say trade a lefty in the starting rotation. You could put that together.
I love how you keep avoiding saying like you're trying to not to Reese or something.
Extend Kyle Tucker on a 4 to 5 year deal.
Okay.
And then
I don't think he accepts that, but okay.
This is what I would say to Kyle. Kyle, look, this is a 5-year deal for $225 million. You will be 33 coming out. So let's say the market price with everything going up. At 33, you can get another 80 or 90. This contract's essentially almost $400 million. We want to keep this going in this window. And look,
you would talk to
Kyle,
come in to talk to a player.
Kyle,
talking
listen.
about the money another team's going to give them and implying that you're giving it to them.
Fortnite original OG's back. We'll throw some V cards in.
Exactly.
We'll throw some in.
Throw some V-bucks in there.
Throw some V-bucks in there.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want you to know every time you log in that game, your V-bucks count is maxed out. And it's not from us.
To be honest, I mean, it's not going to move the needle a lot, but he would perk up a little bit.
Look,
he would love that.
Kyle.
He loves them.
Here's a fat contract for 4 or 5 years in your prime. You get to exit out of this contract, still considered in the back of your prime.
That's a good spin,
Kyle.
That's a good spin. I agree. Potential for a Yandy trade.
It's interesting what the Rays are going to do. That's a very fair thing. And I think my last thing
they're selling off.
My last thing, I would probably flip Presley to Baltimore.
Yeah, a little Baltimore action.
Give me one of those clones.
He wants to be a closer. I will say right now. I'll say this right now. November 15th. I don't think Ryan Presley is on this Astros team next year.
Wow. I mean, I hope.
I would hope. I mean, sense to. I think he wants to be back in a closer role somewhere. I think his value is him and potentially Framber or some other, like, he's one of the biggest value trades you can do, is depending on contract money, what gets traded around there. And the Astros, I think one, they can survive. I think they can thrive a little better having a stronger 1-2 punch rather than maybe some ego stuff going on between a 1-2-3 punch and all that. I think it simplifies the bullpen in a way that you can play around with that 7th inning, find a guy there, and you have your 8th and 9th inning guys.
I also just, being a baseball romantic, I don't want to be the last image of Ryan Presley's walking off that mound in the 8th inning against Detroit. And I know it's not a picture perfect world. I don't get to do that, but this guy was absolute nails for this entire Golden Age.
Oh, I have a video of him celebrating on the field.
I mean, I was literally so drunk one time.
My image of him. I was literally when he goes and the fireworks go behind him and shit.
I was literally so drunk one time. I just gave him a hug. I just said thank you. That was my first time I ever met him. I didn't say anything. Didn't introduce myself. I just hugged him
yourself
and just said thank you.
He looked at Bregman and was like, "Fuck is this guy?"
Yeah, like. I just said thank you.
That's how Garrett met him too.
Yeah.
At the LSU the suite.
At the suite.
he opened the door for Garrett, and Garrett was like, "Oh, thank you." What the fuck?
I literally just said Thank you. I didn't introduce myself to him.
I didn't even say anything to him.
You were
Now
scared,
I wish I
dog.
did. I
You were
was a little
scared.
scared. Let him throw 1 inning opening day and then trade him. That'd be a hell of a.
That'd be so dirty.
Yeah, I think Baltimore. I think is the best fit for him. I think they
Hell.
should. They
give me,
should be.
give me a
calling
couple of
and
those
working.
clones.
The what?
The clones they have, all those
Well, that's
Jackson
what I'm
Holiday
saying.
clones they have.
I think. Yeah, give me one of one of those guys. One of them
Give
play
me
first
Jackson
base.
Holiday
Like,
for Ryan Presley, straight up.
Jesus. I mean, I'll take it. But yeah. Any other topics we want to hit on today? There's not a whole
There's
lot.
not a whole lot. It's all
There's not a lot
quiet.
to
It's all
talk about.
quiet.
That's why.
It's all
That's why we
quiet.
titled it what we did. It's all quiet. I do think we kind of hit it with Sasaki Mariners potential. I really just think that's an interesting fit for him. He talked about wanting to maybe go to a small market team that.
Oh yeah, Kirstead. Give me Kirstead. Woo, Sheldon. Yeah. Now we're talking. Kirstead.
Yeah, give me a guy. He
got phased out. He got phased out.
Sponsor the local Houston IKEA. They can work out a deal.
That's a good pull. I mean, that's a good NIL pull right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, mostly everyone's traveling. I think Altuve's like in Europe right now. I saw Hader was in a tree stand somewhere.
Yeah, he for sure.
Breggy's flying across the country.
Breggy's been everywhere.
Breggy's
been
kind
doing
of
his racing. I think the racing season just ended for horses. Saw him post. Tucker's probably playing Fortnite.
Tucker's pumped, dog.
I'm playing the OG map
we'll have
all
to, like,
weekend.
Yeah, we'll have to. Hey, want to hop on the sticks, dog?
You think he's played Black Ops 6 at all, or you think you sticking with Fortnite?
I think he's on Fortnite.
Yeah,
I think he's on Fortnite.
That dude loves it.
That dude loves him some Fortnite.
All right, well, I think that's gonna do it for our show. It's gonna be
not
a little shorter when there's not much to discuss.
Did we miss anything? Silver Slugger, all second team. Reggie's gone. Oh, Mashinsky got picked up from somewhere else.
Saw that. Shout out Parker.
Yeah,
his brother follows us.
Shout out Parker. We should try to get him on the pod. He was your boy, dude. Like you went to war for. You went to war for Parker.
I really did. I thought he had great stuff. He wasn't, lights out, but he got the job done.
He got the job done.
He's solid.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. November 30th, Big City Wings. We are doing our wrestling. What is it? Survivor Series.
I believe so.
That's what it is. November 30th.
Yeah, we'll be at Big City Wings. Basketball pod dropped Monday. Texans Cowboys. We'll have a live stream.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a big live stream Monday night. We have a bunch of new faces for y'all to see. Some of them behind the camera right now. We will be doing a big live stream Monday night, watching his former
team at all.
Against
that's such
that's
defamation right there.
I said former.
That's defamation.
I said he is a Cowboys fan formerly.
That's defamation. That's just defamation.
Fully accurate.
Yeah, Monday Night Football. Should be good. I think that's it. I mean,
any other sponsors you need to talk about?
Also let's shout out Big City Wings. They won best wings in the city.
Shout out Sam.
I'm actually gonna go see him right after.
It was best wings in the city.
Best wings in the city.
Jesus. That's an honor.
Actually, hold on. Let me get the official title that they got.
I'm holding a little paddle. What is it? Charcuterie board looking. It's just like a wood cutting board type of thing.
Yes, it was a cutting board.
The cutting board. That's
It was Culture Map.
Culture Maps.
It was Ultimate Wing Showdown. They beat out 15 competitors.
Damn.
For top wings in the city. So shout out to Big City Wings for that award they got this weekend. Also, all the Michelin star people too. That was huge. Houston finally got Michelin here too. That's not an advertisement. It's just me being a foodie.
He just likes good food.
I just like food. But yeah, shout out to Big City Wings. And then Kobe Stevens Golf Apparel. We were there Monday on Veterans Day for their golf tournament they did with Intrepid Care, raising a bunch of funds for our servicemen and women post battle life. And it was cool. I mean, obviously very heavy too. There was one guy that was there that was running Intrepid Care. He did 4 tours, and his very first tour was 2004 in Fallujah.
Jeez.
And
That was a tough time to be
very tough
over
time.
there.
And he did 4 as a medical guy. And so like
Little Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh yeah. And like it was crazy. I mean, there's the stories he was saying, just it was moving. So shout out to Kobe Stevens and raising all the funds we did on Monday for Intrepid Care for our servicemen and servicewomen. But yeah, other than that, we will be I think the basketball pod just dropped. We have this show next Friday, and if anything pops up in between here and there, obviously we'll have some emergency episodes. So thanks for everyone tuning in, and that's it.
You can just unplug it and bring it over here. Yeah. All right. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next Friday, and also we'll be here Monday for the